Attenzione is Italian attention.
Yes,
Attenzione.
attenzione.
And because sfumato is an Italian word actually, so it just perfectly aligns with the sfumato.
Yes.
Now sfumato first appeared as a well, we believe, I mean the art world and science believe that it appeared with Leonardo. He was doing, Leonardo was doing this, sfumato, this one. Look at this. So, oh, Alison is here. Okay, Alison is here. So the sfumato is, just give me a second.
Sure, no problem.
So it's like where it's sort of a bit
Hazy.
hazy, the hazy look.
Yeah.
You've got the different colours, but there's a haze over it.
Where is Alison?
And that's like the picture you sent us this morning, wasn't it? With the sky and the background was it was all very hazy.
Yeah. So I'll repeat it again. But Alison's got now hang with my loss.
That's okay, I'll make it.
She won't mind if you carry on because she's doing her own thing, isn't she?
Yeah. So sfumato is this one here. You see? That's called sfumato. So you have the dark and gradually you're going from the dark to middle tone and then lighter to the very, very light. Yes?
Yes.
So dragon.
It's a sad day.
Alison,
Hello,
Baron.
let her
Hi,
come
hi.
in. I cleared out my bag and there's nothing in there for her.
He's disappointed. Okay, so that's where it firstly appears, sfumato. It's a perfect example is this one here. Look,
Yes.
on the chest, on the breast, look, same thing. See? That's the gradual change
How on earth
of
did you get
dark.
that?
I know, that's why he's so, he's so much revered, because he's done things that no one could up to that point, and still many people, well, you can do it now, we can do it.
Yes.
Sorry, Alison, just, I'll push that in because I'm recording it, so I'll push that in here.
Oh gosh, you're recording.
Yeah. So big. Don't say anything.
No, it's fine.
Don't say it. So that's sfumato. Now, sfumato comes from the word fumare, which is smoke. So in Italy you go and say non fumare, do not smoke, or not in France it's the same. In Spain it's the same, no fuma. Non fuma, yes. Well, basically smoke. So that's the smoky feel. And let's go back to our landscape now, here. Now what happens is that, well, that's a bit more distinct, but I was going to do the demo on this one,
The one that you
which,
that
on Tuscany, that's Tuscany.
Okay, so you do it on, well,
Well, I mean, it doesn't matter. Because
you can make the background of
I
that
can
one.
make the
Of that
background
one.
of this on there.
On there, definitely.
Yeah, we can, of course.
definitely. Okay.
So basically that's what it is. It's a gradation of darker color onto a middle tone,
Yeah.
lighter tone, and completely going to the white of the canvas. So it's a gradation. Now sfumato in English will translate soft edge. Let's put it this way, let's get the mystery out of it. It's soft edge. We don't say sfumato now because nobody knows it. It's an Italian term. So soft edge, that's what it is. So
Soft
see,
what?
edge.
Oh, soft edge.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's a sharp edge.
Yeah.
That's a soft edge. It's
Yeah.
it's clear as. So the sharper the edge, the closer the object are. The softer
Yes.
the edge, the further away they are. Now here, let's say let's put let's put it into practice. So what actually does that mean? Okay, so let's put that onto the greens there. I think these two colors will be more than these three colors will be more than enough to get that into there. Let's say this red doesn't exist. I've just done it myself. It's a bit of brown and black. Whatever red it was left over from last week that you've painted, I took it and I smudged it here and I blocked. And that's what Varun said. You got so much red here, and it's actually yes, it is. It's a mix of reds. It's not one red. It's it's Viridian green. Crimson, alizarin crimson. It's cadmium. It's a bit of everything. And that blue, it's not the blue that you would see on the tube because again, it's cobalt blue mixed up with phthalo and with ultramarine. So it's my mix. So yes, don't think that these colors are not from the tube straight away. So take some of that red, or maybe some of that blue even better, and let's put it up here then. That's quite dark. So what we need to do is to softly introduce that soft value onto there, and then leave. So softer value, darker value as you're coming down, more blue, look, a darker value, and then I'll leave that because I can use that, I can utilize it like a tree there, so
Yeah.
why not, why get rid of that? That's beautiful, so I can keep that. And use the brush stroke very dry, do not use terps. The more terps you use, the easier, the more difficult it become to dry, and it will be a lot more messy to blend, because depends how much terps you use. If you use terps, use just a drop of it, or don't even, for me, don't even use terps at all. So that's what it is. It's a gradation of tonal values. That's what it is, sfumato. Now going back to the white, using more white here, but we said white can bring you chalkiness, but in this case, because that's the whitest bit there, so how can we do it? It's just move to the white, a bit more to the blue as well, and then look. And then just let it blend to the white of the canvas on its own. Probably not getting anywhere here, just leaving that the canvas as it is. Just blend it as much as you can. And the darker, the lower you get, the more green that becomes, because the green is closest to us. But also keep it in mind that the green could be very desaturated here, as in a lot of white. And we said keep an eye with the white because it might get things chalky. But then actually that's very chalky here, because that's what it is. It's how do you get that depth of field? Huh? In photography, if you use that word, depth of field, I think. Yes. So, well, that's the same in painting. How do you achieve that? Just by making it softer and softer. And then using it, look. So getting the edges, softening the edges and blending them to the background. That's what basically sfumato is. Again, just getting as soft as you can. And, look, it's not left in anyone, is it? And look, bit of red. Now I can see the roof here, but I could utilize that red onto because we're combining our two landscapes. Jane's landscape last week with the Italian one here with the Tuscany. But I can use that red, look, right up onto, do you remember Jane, on the top of the
wall?
Of the wall, yes.
Yeah.
It doesn't look that bad actually.
No, it looks nice.
It's white here, but we
Yeah.
can do red. Why white?
Yeah.
Say that it's like a sun going down. Huh? When the sun goes down, it gives that reddish or orangey look. Now, going back to this, I can utilize that green that is there. I don't want to put more green because you have green already. So then, onto that green is to put a lighter tone close to it. That's quite dark actually, so go a bit lighter. Even more lighter, even lighter. There. And white here. Now again, we have the same issue here. Now, it's, what do we do? Because that's completely
Yeah.
sky there, and on the other one was not only sky, it was, you see mountain, you hit hill, mountain, and then at the back, it's like a misty
Yeah, that's
look.
better, that one. I don't like the straight line of the other. That's
Yeah,
nice to
that's
have
better,
that.
isn't it?
Much
Yeah, I would
better,
prefer-
much
yeah.
better.
I would use both,
Yeah.
both of them, yes.
Yeah.
Now, how that looks comes about, you know that there are millions of air particles which are on air floating around. And that's why when it's moist, you see that you don't see edges because the air just blocks the view. But that blocks the view in miles of distance, doesn't block the view into that house there because we are very, very close. But if you go to, let's say, Holman Museum and you can watch London from there, which I am every day with the bus, you see, when you have a look, you see that the further back you see, it's such a misty look, such a grey look that you think that it's a sea. If you look at it and you think, well, the trees, the darkness of the tree, the green of the tree, because it's far away, it doesn't look as green anymore. It looks a dark patch, which look like the edge of the sea. And you're thinking, that's the sea. No, the sea's like 60 miles away, but
Yes.
you don't see it. You see that.
Yeah.
So there you are. So softer, more white, and with a clean brush, totally clean brush. Just take that white and then blend it there. Look. So again, it's basically a gradation of lighter tone onto the darker tonal value, and the vice versa, darker tonal value to the light tonal value. There, it's this one here. See, a misty look. Now, I'm gonna be grey. I'm gonna be dark red there. In that case, because it's more blue here, so let's go to the blue, and then add some blue here in between. Look, clean it out by adding some more blue there. Again, we are now. Do you remember that I said things get chalky when you use that? Now, sometimes you have to swallow what you said and go with the flow, because it is chalky, but then that's what I see here. What can I do about that? You know. So what I'm thinking is maybe just introduce a bit of that green here onto, because the rules are there to be broken. Yes, they are. It's that rule that don't use white, or use white. Be very, very careful with white, but also you need to add a little bit more of that to make it less chalky by adding a tint of color. And maybe I'm being too stingy now, but maybe if I use a bit more terps. But when I use terps, look, I dipped it and I took it here because I don't want a lot of terps, but because it's not flowing. You see, it's not flowing, so that's what it is. Look, there. You see?
Yeah.
So sometimes, again, yes.
You break the rules.
You have to break the rules, yes. The rules that you impose yourself, because you know that it's getting chalky. But on the other hand, if it's not flowing, then you have to find a solution, and the solution is that. Look, more blue here. Say that I want that valley here. Look, and there. There you are, and then bring it down here, and bring it right up to the wall. How about this? Look, how about that? Oh, it's looking good actually. It looks like the sea. Looks like a bit of a lake that you have in the background. And these beautiful shaded hills here, which are swallowed by the mist, but we can still see them. We can just about see them. Yeah? Well, a bit more than just about. We do see them. So just desaturate those greens, because I find those greens quite warm, and because it's at a distance, well, because we're now doing a combination of both landscapes, so just desaturate them, which basically desaturation is that take the hue out of it. Well, you would know. Desaturating. Yeah, take the hue, the essence, or yes, the essence of the color, take it out.
That's not yours, that's mine.
Sorry, Jen, he's not letting you concentrate, is he?
No, it's alright. I just don't want him to eat the box.
Okay, there. And I don't want to use more yellow, because the yellow, it's here. The yellow is right here. Well, on the Tuscany, but on this one, the yellow is there. Look, it's a lot more yellow here, and you can see it. It's less this. It's the same green, same type of green, but because it's far away, look grey. Same green.
Yes.
So that's what it is. Yes. And softly, it's basically blending the edges. That's what Sfumato is.
Yes.
I don't think you need any more. Here, Jane, for these, getting back to our landscape.
I can lighten all that.
Yeah, I would add with the palette knife, take it sideways and just splash it like that. So it will give you, get the color switch, which is basically red, yellow, a bit of grey, with palette knife, and then do the palette knife, stick it like that.
Okay.
My God, look, he
where's that?
he tore apart
my box
Jane's box.
You've torn my